Hi. So today we're doing a video that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. Chameleon care! Yay! Okay, so I am not a chameleon expert nor a reptile expert. This is just on my opinion and my experiences. Okay, so let's start off with the enclosure. With any type of chameleon you own, you must have a screened enclosure. Glass can cause upper respiratory infections, and wooden vivariums never always have inadequate ventilation. So overall, your chameleon will basically not have enough air. Chameleons do not like stagnant air, which is still air. So this is why you must have them in a nice big enclosure. The enclosure must also be big. Some people like to start off with the enclosure being like let's say a medium reptibreeze, which is about 70 centimeters by 50 centimeters, I believe. You can do that and then eventually move them up to a nice bigger cage. This is an extra large reptibreeze enclosure. And it's got a bioactive area at the bottom. So yeah. Males, you can always go for bigger. Females, it doesn't matter. Like you can have an adult veiled female in a large vertebrates. It really just depends on what you want. Okay, so now let's move on to, since we're doing cage related things, let's move on to the plants. Live plants are an extremely popular choice in reptile keeping. I would say umbrella plant, which is this plant right here, is the best chameleon plant or reptile plant ever. After that, I would say pothos, which is this one right here. There are different versions of it. There are also different versions of the umbrella plant, like this is another version of it. It's supposed to be safe, but I wouldn't take chances and I'd just buy it from your reptile shop. And when you buy live plants, this is an extremely important point. You must, as you can see, all of that on there, that could all be pesticides or just normal water. Sometimes the owners of the plants, before you buy them, spray them with pesticides, and then the pesticides on the leaf. Chameleon comes by, right there, just comes by, and look, there's an insect right on this leaf. Bam! It misses the insect. The insect falls down, and now it's in there. But guess what your chameleon just got? Plenty of pesticides in their system. So that is also a very bad thing, so you don't want to do that. Another safe plant is like an aluminium plant. I don't think this is an aluminium plant. I'm not sure what it is. It's just like a shrub I bought. It's supposed to be safe for chameleons, but chameleons don't really stay at the bottom of the enclosure. So yeah. Secondly, chameleons, when they live in the wild, they have lots and lots of cover. So as you can see, Mr. Mango here, he's a pretty chill chameleon. But another chameleon like Kiwi, who I tried to get out early on, she is not chill. And the more hiding places you provide her, the less friendly she'll be. So Mango is pretty happy over here. So he's got lots of nice plants, he's got fake plants, he's got real plants, he's got a food bowl. So he's pretty happy. Now the next thing is fake plants. Fake plants, you can have lots of different fake plants, like silk ones, which are made out of fabric. You can get plastic ones. You can get like a nylon one. Personally, I would say the plastic ones are the best. Silk can carry bacteria, and it's very hard to clean. And nylon, they are very hard to find, and they're usually more expensive than the plastic. This was £5, which is about $7, I believe, in Pets at Home. So it's extremely cheap. Next, you need vines. Vines are really important. You need vines in your chameleon's enclosure, especially one near the basking area. See, right here, as it goes towards the back, I have my lights so he can bask and thermoregulate. You need branches and things like this because, yeah, otherwise your chameleon will not be happy, because in the wild they also have lots of vines. You're trying to imitate the wild, basically. So next, you don't need little chameleons. That's just the point. Next, we can have a look at. Let's try to focus in on this little piece that's growing. Next, we would like to focus in on the basking area. For a chameleon, you need a heat bulb and a UVB bulb. This is a, I got it right here. This is a 12% UVB bulb. As you can see, this is it. It's pretty expensive, but it lasts 9 months, so it comes out better than a it's better than a mercury vapor bulb, because mercury vapor bulbs need to be changed every 6 months, although you only need one fitting, but eventually the mercury vapor bulb will be more expensive. So I have a 100-watt heat lamp. As you can see, this is just resting on here. You want it to be on 90 degrees Fahrenheit, so roughly about 28 degrees, 30 degrees by the highest basking point. Lower down, you want it about 60, 70 Fahrenheit, or about 20 degrees Celsius. Yeah, so it's a T5 high output 12% bulb with a reflector. The kits, I do find them to be cheaper. The main two companies are Arcadia and Zoomed. I believe this is an Arcadia. I'm not sure. I think so though. And this is a Arcadia too, the heat bulb. You can't really see it, but that's it. They're producing a very high amount of light. I put this aluminium foil on because I don't like the heat reflecting outwards when I'm taking the dripper and I need to get the water in it, or just in case I touch it by accident. I don't like to get burnt. It's happened before. Yeah, so it stays on you for a long time. So next we need to go to misting and spraying and hydration. So mango, every day I mist them 2 to 3 times. 3 is like, okay, 2 is the absolute minimum. What's it called? Panther chameleons love to drink off leaves. If I can get him to see, but he might be hydrated already because I watered them this morning or misted. So I'm not sure if you. Oh, there you go. There you go. You can kind of see. There you go. He's drinking. That was him just licking it up again. Yeah, he's not going to drink anymore, but he had a little sip. Mango is usually my best drink out of kiwi and mango. Mist about 3 times a day. Few seconds, few minutes. I would say about 10 seconds each misting. So you want to come out? I'm not sure. I don't think he wants to come out. Anyway, so yeah. Also, another form of hydration, people can get misting systems. Now, these are very pricey. £65, which is equivalent to about $80, I believe. So it's pretty expensive. It comes to almost the cost of the cage itself. So I wouldn't exactly recommend it, but if you're not home most of the time, it's not a bad option. Instead of this extremely pricey mister, I would recommend a dripper. There are two versions of these, the big dripper and the little dripper. They have a little nozzle, it's a bit hard to see there, to decrease the amount of water coming out. Decrease the amount of water coming out. And there's one right over there. With chameleons, most chameleons are pretty hardy, so I wouldn't say you need to dechlorinate the water, but you might as well be safe with ReptiSafe. I feel like I'm doing an advert here, but anyway, so yeah, you might as well be safe. I personally don't dechlorinate my water, but if your chameleon dies because it doesn't get the well water is okay. I live in a city, so I wouldn't say it would be perfect for where I am, but it's doable. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of fish dechlorinator because I just keep that around with the video that's coming out before this. Yay! Hooray! So, yeah. Yeah, by the way, I keep mango in the bathroom because in the bathroom there's much higher humidity. So the humidity won't really get less. So it will stay about the same. You still need to mist them though. As you can see, this is a heat bulb. I have one outside for you, but this is broken. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but that's a broken heat bulb. Your heat bulbs, any of your bulbs can pop at any moment. I had a literally 1 month old mercury vapor bulb which popped, which is why I had to get a new UVB bulb for my tortoises. So also I had another UVB bulb pop. Let me bring that one as well. Here it is. Okay, right now it isn't making any noise, but this is broken. It looks perfectly fine, but it's broken. Now, so that's my new heat bulb, and my new one of these is in the tortoise enclosure. Now, with lights, obviously this is my opinion. Focus. Okay, obviously this is my opinion, but sometimes if you order lighting online, you can get scammed. Like if you order an expensive bulb, which costs £30, they could just replace it with a normal kitchen bulb or the ones you have in your house or like a warehouse. One of those fluorescent or so LED normal high output ones. You don't want one of them, so that's why I never order anything online. So yeah, I think, oh yeah, and food. Food, chameleons can eat almost any food in like insect terms. Veiled chameleons will munch on plant matter occasionally. Panthers don't tend to. Good food is locusts, crickets, waxworms, silkworms, hornworms, Morio worms. Dubia roaches are actually very good. I would say the two best ones are dubia roaches and hornworms. Hornworms are mostly hydration, and dubia roaches are full of good protein and minerals, I guess. So yeah. I can't get hornworms in the UK, so they're kind of illegal. That's why you might not see me feed them. Silkworms are okay, but I can't get them either. Black soldier flies are okay for babies or fruit flies. So, oh, you just licked it. Oh no, I didn't get it. You can kind of see it. Thank you, Mango. By the time I zoom in, you stop. There you go. Good boy. Okay, so since we've seen that now, he's still drinking. Um, so yeah. Um, most of the things are good for chameleons, but one thing I would say, which I would not recommend using, is a waxworm. I do feed my chameleons waxworms occasionally, but it's not healthy. When you have insects, you must upload insects. Right here, you can see all of those little brown things of poo, which shows I've been gut loading my insects, so I'm a good person, chameleon keeper. I will just show you my other insects, which right now I have some wax worms and some Oreo worms. If you do not like to see worms, turn away and click the subscribe button if you haven't already, obviously. So these, it's going to be a bit annoying getting them out because I don't like touching these guys. There you go, one right there. That's a waxworm. Pretty small, pretty fatty. You don't really want to feed them. And then here, I'm just going to shake it a much. I don't think I have any left. Just shaking about. Oh, there they are. Right there. Those are Oreo worms. Oreo worms are obviously much better than waxworms, not as fatty, and are healthier. I believe I've covered everything apart from gut loading and supplementation. Gut loading, you must gut load your insects with any type of lettuce or something. When you gut load them, just feed them to your chameleon in about half an hour after gut loading. So the gut load isn't digested yet. And supplementation. Dust your any insect with calcium. These guys have been in here for a while, but you can see there's still a faint calcium in there, and there's quite a bit at the bottom. So dust your insects with calcium, and there's another supplement. I'm sorry guys, but I'm just going to have to move around a bit. This video is going to be literally my longest video ever. Yay. So we've got some more Oreo worms in here, which I just noticed. So this is a good calcium I use, which is with D3. D3, this is what I give Kiwi because I don't think she gets enough D3 most of the time. This is what I use as like the protein kind of thing. So it's like a there you go. You can kind of read that. So you can dust anything with this apart from fruits and veg, as it says there. Vitamins and minerals, there you go. And then this is without D3. This is one I use for mango most of the time, but it gets a bit bad. Calcium can stay for years, while this one is about 6 months. And this is sometimes I use it for my tortoises. They don't really like it, so I wouldn't recommend you buying it. Anyway, guys, I think that is everything. Oh, do not use compact UVB bulbs. They are absolutely horrible. They have such a small area of UVB. By compact UVB, I mean this. But right now I use it for my tortoises because they have about 4-inch UVB range. And if an inch is about this much, think about it. An inch is about this much, right? Or let's say this much. 1, 2, 3. I probably made it bigger, but 4 or 5 inches. That's about right. And plus it goes around here. Also, UVB does not go through glass. So glass is okay. I can look at this and I won't get blind or UVB. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. And I'm just going to release the little fishies and I have to go. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope this video was informative and very helpful. Peace out.